Why do they require teenagers to be vaccinated? That's a good question, fellow fighters. Vaccinating adolescents with inactivated viruses is a different concept from injecting 40 trillion of spike proteins from the COVID mRNA vaccine. But the end result is essentially the same for adolescent vaccinations. Young people born with genetic and physical disabilities or undesirable characteristics are basically ruined. They won't support you or keep you alive because you will be exterminated by population eugenics. Exactly the same as Hitler's so-called improvement of the nation, the Germanic nation. You should try to understand she's thinking the Wang Qishan gang through the eyes of Hitler. The CCP has done everything Hitler wanted to do, and there's nothing the CCP hasn't done. Hitler wanted to exterminate the Jews, and then he looked for the so-called finest race of people in Tibet, China, and bring them to Germany for breeding, right? Why are teenagers forced to be vaccinated? And many of them have diseases. They want to exterminate people with diseases or genetic disabilities. The CCP prefers the strategy of killing 1,000 enemies while sacrificing 2,000 of its own people. They've done the math. If the CCP can kill 1,000 Americans, and the CCP loses 2,000 people, in the end, the CCP still has 300 million people. The people left in China are elites. How many Americans are left? About 100 million or 50 million. The remaining Americans will probably be crippled. Then the CCP wins, right? Especially, the targets are the whites and the blacks. Remember. Do you know the death rate in the US? Do you know how high the death rate is for blacks? The first victims in the early stages of the COVID pandemic were almost black. Especially in Washington, D.C. and New York, over 70%, even 80% at one point, of all deaths were black. People didn't die in Africa, but black people died in the US. Don't you see that? Is it scary? Why didn't the Americans take this medicine? Why didn't they take measures? They're Americans and their genes and diets have changed.